If you're going through this and you're struggling, you are not alone in your struggle. Lots of women struggle. They just keep it within their household. Hey friends, welcome. I hope everyone is doing well and keeping safe throughout this pandemic. If you're new here, I'm Jasan. I'm a first-time mom sharing my experiences with motherhood, tips, tricks, and the knowledge I've accumulated since becoming a mom. For today's video, I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys how I struggled the first 2 weeks after bringing my newborn home from the hospital. I wanted to do this and I felt it was important, as if you're struggling as a mom, I wanted to make sure that you know you're not alone. So my first struggle as a new mom was breastfeeding. While I was in the hospital after giving birth, I saw a lactation consultant. I tried to absorb as much as I could from her. She showed me how to hold the baby, different positions I can put baby into breastfeed. She showed me how to get baby to latch properly and how to know when baby is not latching properly. Now, once I took the baby home, I wanted to do the best I could to breastfeed because I really wanted to exclusively breastfeed my baby. Now, the issue with that is no matter what I did, I don't know if I was not doing them correctly, my baby would not latch properly. So he would start to feed and a few seconds later he would stop, he would cry, he would fall asleep, and 5 minutes later he was up again wanting to feed again. So this was ongoing. So he was constantly crying because he was constantly hungry, and I was crying because this was so painful. And because baby was not latching properly and in turn not feeding properly, then my breasts had become very engorged. They were super hard and I had several blocked milk ducts. I don't know if you've ever had that as a mom. If you have, leave it in the comment section. Let me know how that went for you. The blocked milk ducts were really painful, so I tried everything I found on the internet. I tried combing it with a wide tooth comb. Yes, as weird as that is, I tried it. I took warm showers, I massaged it, I used the warm cloths to put on it. The only thing the warm water and the warm cloth did was caused me to produce more letdown, which was an even bigger issue. So I finally decided to strictly pump and to bottle feed baby, and eventually I started substituting with formula at nighttime as well. Now, can I be real and talk about the fact that after having a baby vaginally, peeing is a struggle. A few times I can remember wanting to pee and trying to hold it, and feeding baby and wanting to pee. The breast is hurting, and you know, once you go pee, that's going to be another type of pain right there. My entire body was in pain all the time, and it took a while for me to fully heal properly. Now guys, I'm trying to give you little solutions as I go ahead and to share my experiences. So with the burning sensation, I had that squirt bottle that I had taken home from the hospital. I used that with warm water when I had to go pee. It still burned, but it helped a lot. Also, I did go ahead and get myself a sitz bath. If you don't know what that looks like, I'll just put a picture right here, but that's what I used. Now, the other struggle we had was that we had our baby in the pandemic. So with the restrictions, we weren't able to have anyone come over to help us. So we were on our own, and it was just me and my husband, and we're both first-time parents. So we had to figure things out, and we had to learn a lot and fast. So I'm just going to encourage you, if by any chance you have someone that can come by and help you guys within that first 2 weeks to a month, then you need to make arrangements for that, because trust me, you're going to need all the help you can get. Moving on to struggle number 3, which was a nighttime. Nighttimes were my nemesis. Once it was getting dark outside, I started to get anxious. I just knew I wasn't going to get any sleep. The baby was up every 2 hours, and remember, I had issues breastfeeding, so it's not like once baby woke up every 2 hours I was able to feed for like a half an hour and then put baby to sleep and then get like an half an hour sleep, or you know, an hour sleep. It was not that way. Once baby woke up to feed, I was constantly trying back and forth, trying to feed baby, which was not working. So by the time baby had gotten enough to even be able to go back to sleep, It was already like an hour in, and by the time I put the baby to sleep and lay down to have a rest myself, it would feel like I was only laying there for 10 minutes. So I was constantly sleep deprived. I was frustrated. I was upset all the time. I was in a crap mood. I was grouchy. I cried for everything. Almost every night I was feeding the baby. The baby was crying and I was crying too, because it was so painful and it was just a lot. And this is why I wanted to talk about this and share exactly what it was like for us, because when you go on social media, you see all these moms with their babies, and you see all these videos on YouTube about 24 hours with a newborn, and it makes it seem so easy. It's not that easy. And if you're going through this and you're struggling, you are not alone in your struggle. Lots of women struggle. They just keep it within their household. They keep it behind closed doors, and you just think everything is fine. And you're wondering, why can't I just have it easy like those other moms? They don't have it easy. It is hard for every parent once they have a new baby, even if it's not their first baby. They just don't tell you about it. So if you're struggling, don't look at other moms and be like, I wish I was like them, or I wish I was coping better, or I wish I was a better mom, or I wish I was happier being a mom, because those first 2 weeks are really hard. And although you love your baby and you're happy that your baby is here and healthy, it is pretty tough. Because I was sleep deprived and in so much pain, I was constantly in a crappy mood, which brings me to my next point. Husbands, please be patient with your wife and to try to be understanding, because they're going through a lot. Their body is trying to recover, they're trying to heal, and with all the crying and the breastfeeding and everything, it becomes a lot. So you want to try to be understanding with your spouse or your partner, and just know that it will get better. Here's a question for you. Did you know that postpartum night sweats were a thing? And did that happen to you, where you wake up drenched in sweat in the morning? Leave your comments in the comment section and let me know. Also, if you're still with me, go ahead and give this video a like and click the subscription button below. With having the new baby, I felt like I had absolutely no time for myself. Baby would sleep only for short periods of time, and then baby was up and crying. My husband would help, but he can only do so much, because most of the time baby is crying. He wants to be fed. Also, I found myself wanting to do it even when my husband was trying to do it. So wives, allow your husbands to help. I know it's hard watching your husband do something totally different from how you would do it. However, they're learning and they're adjusting, and it's a whirlwind for everyone. So be kind and allow your husband to help wherever they can. Once I started pumping and giving the baby the bottle, I would give the baby breast milk during the day, and then I would substitute with formula at night. And by this time, my husband was able to help, because we were obviously bottle feeding, so I could get a little bit more sleep than I would have. Granted, I still got up when the baby was crying, because I can't sleep through the crying, but if I needed to, I was able to rest, and I could even just wake up and still be laying there while he helps. Another thing my husband did was he did all of the housework. So laundry, dishes, cooking, he did it all. So the only thing I needed to do was take care of myself and the baby. So that made it so much easier. It was a lot better, and I'm grateful to him for that. You have to work together to make this thing work. It's hard, and it's going to be hard on both of you. But if you work together, you'll get through it, and in no time, you're going to have a sweet, smiling, giggly baby that's going to make it all worth it. Once you get to that 2-week mark, then you start to know your baby a little bit better. You're starting to have schedules and routines. Once you get to that 1-month mark and going up 2 months, your baby will start to sleep a little bit longer. Our baby started to sleep 3 hours, which I was grateful for. Whenever I get really frustrated, I try to remind myself of one thing. It is all temporary. Your baby is not going to stay this small forever. The baby is going to grow, and while baby is growing up, you're going to learn your baby's cues, and you'll be better able to cater to your baby's needs to reduce crying and frustration. Truth is, having a newborn is not all sunshines and rainbows. We all have our struggles, and we all have to go through that newborn phase. But one thing's for sure, at the end of the day, it is absolutely worth it. That's it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to like the video, as this helps me out a lot, and subscribe for lots more mom and baby content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.